Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 37 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. In case you missed it, last couple episodes of either series, I have started a new job at the beginning of February. New job means new hours, which in this case, at least for the first few weeks, is a good old fashioned 9 to 5, which leaves me less time to stream, obviously. But sports analytics is not isn't exactly famous for most reliable of schedules. So we do what we can. Last we left off, we had a transfer portal that wasn't disappointing, but when you get every target except for your top two guys, it's a little, you know, feels a little iffy. Looking at our team for this season, I like where we're at. However, we are like three injured players away from a catastrophe of the highest order. We have 84 in offensive talent. That's 34th in the country, 85 defensively, good enough for 24th. And all of that has led us to be ranked 19th, which, if we're being honest, that feels a little ambitious. I don't know if I would have ranked this top 20, but I'm not going to complain. Looking at the rest of the Pac 12, Washington is ranked in the West, Arizona State ranked in the East, and unfortunately, poor old USF just outside looking in at 26. So, for today, we are going to kick off year two at Utah, where if it goes better than year one, I'll be very surprised. We won the Pac 12 in year one, made the playoffs. So anything better, just get me the statue in year two. So, for our purposes today, we're going to face Kansas State, get through some Pac 12 competition. We are playing Texas again. We faced them last season and destroyed them, but we're also facing the juggernaut that is Ohio State, who, if anyone is curious, just won the national title last season. Yay! So they will be our opponents. I did a little bit of recruiting off stream, looking at some scouting targets and whatnot. So I will recap that after game one. So to that end, let us face Kansas State. Last season, respectable 8-5 with the bowl loss. However, a few years ago they were making the playoffs and winning the Big 12. So a little bit of a fall there. We will dance with them today. We're favored by 5.5 points here at home. We have no recruits visiting because in week one, there's really no point. And way back in 2030, obviously before I got here, Kansas State beat Utah in the Independence Bowl. I feel like the Independence Bowl should be played in Philadelphia or DC. That feels like a given. I'll allow it. All right, let's get this party started. Heads is the call from Kansas State, and it is tails because tails never, ever fails. All right, we get started on defense, as is our want. Send the blitz, and it works. Emilio McClendon, our most surprise impact player of last season, getting rewarded with a little bump in the depth chart, shall we say, and they convert the 3rd and 3. How dare they? I mean, if they're going to keep going I formation, I'm just going to keep blitzing. And it's not working, so maybe I should stop. So they're just running it right through. Well, I'm sensing a problem. And they ran it in for the touchdown. I'm going to be honest. Our opponents have had a harder time scoring. They averaged 5.5 yards a rush, 11.7 yards a pass. We're 2 of 2 on third down in that drive. You'll be hard pressed to find a more efficient drive. All right, so this year, I think we are going to run the ball significantly less, I would say, than last season for the very fundamental reason as our room is much worse. John Lane is our number one back. We had to hit the transfer portal for a couple other guys, but 2 incompletions means we punt. There we go. The aforementioned Emilio McClendon forces, recovers, and returns the fumble all the way to the 7. The aforementioned John Lane with the receiving touchdown out of the backfield. Aaron Patrick is our QB for the second year in a row. He wanted to transfer out when we got the job, but I decided that A, we were way too broke to find a QB in the transfer portal, and B, he could do a good enough job. He made second team all conference last season. We'll see what he can do this year, but getting started with a touchdown ain't too bad. Kansas State just essentially had 3 straight first downs. Neat. They got the 4th and 1 there. Yeah, they are walking down the field with a will. And another touchdown for the Wildcats. 3rd and 1, let's run it. There we go. Lane gets me 9. Sawyer Quoke, the true freshman, number 1 tight end for us, mainly because in the air raid offense, you don't need a tight end. So I figured might as well give the true freshman a run, see what he can do. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 2. If we fail to convert, I'm going for it. Well, we failed to convert, so we shall be going for it. And Sam Hayes with the first down rush. He transferred in from Miami and had a fairly disappointing, I would say, off-season gain. He did get a lot better in ball carrier vision, but ball security barely moved. Speed only went up by a few. Didn't get more evasive. So you win some, you lose some. But for now, I'm just trying to get another touchdown to my name. There we go. Dylan Jenkins gets us the conversion. Thank you, sir. Slants. Slants did not work. I'm going to pass it on 4th and 3. There we go. Justin Weaver with the touchdown, who we transferred in after he read. I don't understand why, he left Penn State. He is the aforementioned 5-star transfer that I was targeting in last episode. And, we got him. He has an 84 overall. That'll do. So good to get him a touchdown there. They beat our blitz again. Stop me if you heard that one before. Incomplete. Folks, our defense got to stop. We can all begin celebrating. Jet sweep. Oh, it failed. Yeah, that was a, shall we say, very stupid play call on first down. But it's fine. Kansas State punts anyway. I am going to switch to normal since we're around midfield. We get the conversion there. The sweep failed. Rodney Butler has gotten 2 carries too many already. You know what, buddy? There we go. 30-yard pass to Elias Byers. I'm going to turn Chew clock on now because I don't want to leave the Wildcats with any time. Incomplete is bad. 4th and 5, I will kick the field goal as Sean Webster is our new kicker. True freshman, 85 overall, 89 accuracy to his name. That'll do nicely. If he doesn't declare for the draft after his 3rd year, he could hit 100 overall as a kicker. which is kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, I have no problem with them running the ball. I will call a timeout just to force them to punt. All right. That did very little. But you might as well make a punt just in case you return it for a touchdown. Okay, good news. Their run game is doing a lot worse than the first drive. Bad news is their pass game is still doing pretty good. There we go. Good run there. Rodney Butler out of the backfield. Cinema. I say that. If Rodney Butler gets more than like 50 carries this season, I fear something has gone wrong offensively, as Mark McCullough, who I can't stress enough, should not be playing. But that's how bare my wide receiver room is at the back end. Gets me the first. And then back-to-back incompletions. I will punt, and then I will blitz to try to get a safety. There we go. Jaden Crum with the sack. We got him to the 2. They're in the pistol, so I don't want to do goal line. They got 3 yards. All right, they punt, and I have better field position than I had at the end of my last drive. Funny how that works. But it matters not. Do I let the true freshman kick a 50-yarder? I don't think I should. We are going to punt. Big sack there, Jamie Pryor. They're still not going I formation, so I'm just going to keep blitzing. And Xavier Harrison, the backup safety, with the tackle for a safety. Brilliant punt return there from Brian Bowers of 20 yards. Or kickoff, I should say. There we go. Sawyer Quoke, the true freshman. He has no shot at making like any all-freshman team because we just don't throw to the tight end. I figured might as well get him involved. Big 23 yards there on 3rd and 8. Massive. Oh, the sweep there was a terrible decision. We're up by 5. Field goal makes it 8. I really would like the touchdown, but I'm not going to get it. Maybe I should have ran it there to make the 4th down easier, but I'd rather pass for the end zone. 3rd and 3. Blitz again. There we go. Kansas State punts. Since that first drive, their team has looked a lot less threatening. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 4. There we go. Sam Hayes gets me the first. An unfortunate sack, but 20 yards to Bowers. Yeah, I think those were the 2 plays where Kansas State could have stopped us, gotten the ball back, and tied it. But now we're going to get a nice long drive going, burn an insane amount of clock, and right off into the sunset. I say that, and then Hayes gets me 0 yards. Let's try the stick play on 3rd and 5. It worked. 10 yards to Bowers, touchdown to Byers, and we're up by 15. Man, I don't know what happened to Kansas State's offense. That first drive, they were looking like world beaters. And then they just completely stalled. I will punt. We're up by 15, so the backups are in on defense. And they are getting hurt a little bit. Don't score on my backups. Oh, they did. Oh! Well, if there was ever a time to give up an onside kick recovery, it is in this situation where we're still up 12 with 3 minutes to play. So I'm not particularly worried. Defense gets the 3 and out. Thank you. Thank you. John, I'm going to run it on 3rd and 4. Yeah, I'll punt. At the very least, oh no, they muffed the punt. It got worse. It really did. Dang, that was disastrous. We'll kick a field goal there, just, for some pride, get some extra points on the board. Pretty encouraging win, 32-17. We had 21 third downs. I don't know whether to be worried there or impressed. I did have to. I don't love that our run game was quite possibly the worst it's ever been. 2.6 average is our highest. So that's something we may need to take a hard look at. Patrick was really good. Almost 300 yards, got 3 touchdowns. Very nice from him. Pretty good day from our receivers. And Jenkins being targeted 7, only having 4. Copeland targeted 11, only having 6. It's a little rough. 3 sacks, 11 tackles for a loss. We take that, and then Webster in his college debut. Perfect on kicks. All right, very good. That's a good win against a Big 12 team. The reason I scheduled Kansas State is last season in the playoff, we played a Big 12 team in TCU. And it was not a particularly close game. So I wanted to see how we stack up against an average Big 12 team. Hey, we moved up 1. So happy to be here. Meanwhile, JMU beats Hawaii and loses 4. That's kind of funny. Oh, please. South Carolina beats UConn and they go up 5. I get it. UCF, Clemson, Duke all lost, but still, come on. Come on now. What are we doing? So I have John Lane as my 3rd down back. The other problem is I don't have a power back, at all. Even though Fletcher and Harris are called power backs, they have 69 and 67 strength respectively. So that does kind of hurt my whole fullback situation. But alas. All right, let's take a look at recruiting. So nothing too crazy this year. In terms of quarterback, we don't really need one. We have Muhammad, who's currently redshirting. I am currently going for Braden Gary, who's a quarterback out of Wyoming, who I don't know his arm strength yet, which is why I haven't offered him a scholarship. So let us discover together. Oh, a 62. Yeah. I mean, he has B potential. He's a lot more interested in me. I think I could probably get him if I want him. But you know what? Why not? Let's offer him. Let's put pen and paper down. It's really the B potential. And we just need to pray that the arm strength develops. However, again, whoops. We have Dustin Muhammad, who is our clear quarterback of the future. So we're pretty set in QB land. But, Howie Roseman, quarterback factories, et cetera, et cetera. All right, we are going after a 5-star. I probably should have led with that. Caleb Simon, linebacker out of Nevada. He is tremendous. Enough said. 78 overall, B+ potential. He is a superstar. Speed's good. Tackle block shed is would be one of the highest on my team right now. IQ is good. Coverage is good. He could be the best linebacker on our team next season. It's not hyperbolic. We are competing with the Ohio State University, so that's going to be fun. He does not want to schedule a visit, which is annoying. He is somewhat interested in NIL, which is, I would have preferred extreme, and I would have offered him probably $4 million. But alas, here we are. We're going after a lot of 4-stars. I'm trying to have a better balance of 4 versus 3. Terrence Carlton, A+ safety. I can put him at safety. I can put him at corner. Either one I think works. Um, if his speed is kind of in the mid 70s, probably a safety. A plus, Nicholas Huffman. I know I'm starting a true freshman at tight end right now, but I can never have too many A plus potential guys. I think I'm going to regret going for Maddox Coe. Like, he's just not very good. And I feel like I'm going to have to compete with Arizona every step of the way. That just doesn't sound fun. And the fact that I don't play Arizona or Arizona State is very annoying. But I do play Stanford. So we'll schedule them. Blake Hunt, who is one, bad, two, great in zone coverage, and six, has A minus potential. So I think I could do a lot worse. And Air Force is interested. So if he doesn't commit before week 12 and we beat Air Force, we'll get him in the bidding. Aiden Schultz, the only reason I am going for him is I felt bad for him when I was looking at all like the 12 O linemen last episode. And he's from Equality, Alabama. Come on. I feel like if I go against equality, then something has gone wrong. The problem is, though, I have O line at all of these visits. And truth be told, I don't really care about him, so I'll add him to the week 5 list. Ethan McLean, Juco wide receiver. His catching is great. His speed's okay. He'll probably redshirt a year, so as long as that potential doesn't drop to an F, he should become pretty solid. Bryce Butler, all he can do is play man coverage. He has 50s and 40s in everything else. But by God, he can cover in man coverage. You ask him to do zone, can't be done. When did Hawaii schedule their visit? Oh no, they've offered him a scholarship. I'll add him to the, I guess, week 12 contingent. A couple other just high potential guys. Ezekiel Rush. Yeah, his route running sucks. I mean, he's your classic high speed, good potential wide receiver. Orion Gibbs, 74 run block already, but definitely needs to work on the other stuff. Taylor Bryant, nothing to write home about, but good potential. I'm still trying to replace what were terrible recruiting classes by the AI when it was running Utah. And that has taken some time. I think with Gary, I'm not even going to waste a pitch on him. Since I'm offering him a scholarship, I don't really want to. Yeah, we just need to make sure Simon can get the best available pitch every time. Because let's be frank, he is the golden goose. But we're able to give pretty good pitches to all the guys that we're behind on and decently ahead on. I do, should I worry about going for 6 different O linemen at once? Maybe. Counter argument, as we go to my lovely little wheel here, I got 2 that are seniors now, 4 that are juniors, and 7 freshmen. My goal is to have identify 8 phenomenal O linemen and just play them all for 3 years. That's my goal. Will it fail? No way of knowing. Okay, so now we face Oregon. And for any Oregon fans that are watching this, avert your eyes to what I'm about to show you. But Oregon has just sucked. They've never won the Pac 12, they've never made the playoff. They had a 10-3 season and still couldn't get in. They went 3-9 last year. Annoyingly, for whatever reason, this whole time they've never fired their head coach. So That's the current state of things. They just lost a classic to Iowa State, and their other out of conferences are Kent State and Middle Tennessee. I feel like they'll win those games at least. So it is a pick 'em game, though Oregon's at home. So on a neutral, we are favored, of course. Do they have any recruits visiting? Nope. I have never faced them, but it's been a pretty even series, to be fair, which, for how bad Oregon has been, I think that says more about Utah than it does them. All right, tails never fails. We will defer to the second half and send a blitz, even though they're doing a spread flex. I care not. Maybe I should have cared. They got 4 yards. 3rd and 4. No, they got the conversion. They did an RPO on 3rd and 4. Should have seen it coming. But they punt. All right. Let's see if we can get a nice long drive going. Incomplete and -1 yard pass. Or excuse me, -1 yard run. Very good. All right. That was the saddest drive any of us have ever seen. There we go. Walker Gibbs forces the fumble. Abraham Tolbert recovers. Special shout out to our boy Walker Gibbs, who barely played last season but has a potential. And so, for the first time, he got a turnover. Proud of him. 3rd and 3. I'm going to run it. 4th and 1, you say. Only a madman would go for it at their own 36. No, they blew it up. Fair enough. That is the downside of, not having a power back, is that the goal line situations aren't great. I may just need to do a QB sneak every time. But hey, Utah only got a field goal out of that. But we punt again. If our run game is terrible, we might have a problem. Very good stop there on 3rd down, though. Samuel Hayes, 14 yards. There we go. John Lane, 16. See, all I needed to do was insult them, and we're off to the races. 7-yard rush on 3rd down. Let's move it. And then, as if the universe wanted to laugh at me, a -1 yard run, 0 yard run. That tracks. We're just going to throw it deep. And no dice. All right. We'll kick a field goal to tie it up. There we go. Tolbert again with a tackle for loss. And Oregon punts. 4 verts there was inspired. Oh, brother. What are we averaging right now running the ball? 3.8 yards a rush. Then we had 2 decent runs in there. 1st and 10 at the 5. I would like a safety. I am not going to get a safety. Oh, they beat us on 3rd and 8. Oregon uses a timeout. And they do get the conversion. There we go. 3rd and 8. I'm going to switch to man. 4th and 3. They're going for it. I'm blitzing. There we go. Incomplete. Wow. How do you not beat the gap press blitz doing slant? All right. We have a minute 21, 2 timeouts. Let's see if we can, at minimum, get into field goal range here, put something together. Oh, incomplete on 3rd and 4. I mean, if I go for it and don't get it, I'm essentially gifting them a field goal. But, I mean, let's be frank. We got to get somewhere. Let's try the slants with the tight end over the middle. And it worked. The tight end over the middle, Sawyer Quoke with the conversion. I'm out of timeouts, though, and have just had 2 incompletions. You're killing me. Double under. No dice. But the field goal is good. Thank you, Webster. Hey, Elvin Ivy forces the fumble. Reginald Crowley recovers. And Sean Webster makes the field goal. 9-3 ball game, and we start with the ball. Okay, let's all take a moment. We are going to attempt to run the ball consistently. 2 good runs, and Lucas Copeland fumbled. And then we get a pick. No one wants to score a touchdown. It simply will not happen today as Humberto Hargrove with the interception. Here's a question. On the donor goal, did I say safety gets all conference? I did. Hargrove, we're going to need more of those picks, please. I'm going to need quite a few more. There we go. Patrick has to scramble for a first. Not really what I wanted him to do, but I'll take what I can get. And now Rodney Butler fumbled. Man, oh man. And they got the 3rd and 11. 2nd and 5 at the 6. I mean, I'm going to blitz them. 3rd and 3 at the 4. Send it. All right. We hold them to a field goal. Will a single touchdown be scored this game? Place your bets. Smart money, I think, is on no. Because I think our offense has looked better, but we keep turning it over. I mean, so do they. They have 3 turnovers to our 2, but look at this. No, I do not want to do a jet sweep in your mind. I'll do a mid-screen, though. No, it didn't work. But we got the conversion, though. Okay. 3rd and 2. I'm going to run it. Butler gets me the conversion. Thank you, sir. Dylan Jenkins converts. Okay, we are in the red zone. Let's see if we can't run it in, get a touchdown. One-yard run. I mean, if I go for it and don't get it, Oregon has to drive 90-plus yards for a touchdown. I think my defense can hold them. The other argument is, of course, it's a chip shot field goal to put me up 6 again. Nah, let's go for it. 4th and 2. We're going to run it outside zone. Wow. Not only did it not work, they blew it up and we lost 2. What's Rodney Butler's stat line right now? 3 carries, 0 yards. Nice. I think actually what I will do is make my short yardage back. I think Lane. And I'm going to make my fullback Hayes. I'm just trying to, even though these guys aren't necessarily optimal for this, I don't want Butler in those situations. Like that can't happen. There we go. Emilio with the tackle for loss. Oregon punts. And Patrick is sacked immediately. Fair enough. But will you sack him on this play action? No, they won't. 20 yards. Very good. All right, let's run the ball. Oh, my God. 3rd and 2, I'm passing. I don't care. There we go. Copeland gets me 2 when I need to. Fair enough, game. There we go. It's a 41-yarder. If I run it, they have to burn another timeout, which could matter. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it very stupidly. I'm going to do a sweep. Yep. Lost 2 yards. And he missed the field goal. That's what I deserve for not passing it. That's what I get. All right, 3rd and 11. Come on, lads. There we go. McGinnis is strip sacked by Mario Wright. Tolbert recovers. This game is over, but I want my running backs to suffer some more. So I'll have them run and get nowhere and then go for the field goal, which makes it. I guess technically they could still score a touchdown here, which would be very awkward. Admit it. For a moment there, you were worried. But we win 12-6. We've had worse games offensively, right? Don't get me wrong, but man, I mean, going 1 for 3 on 4th down, that single-handedly hurt us a lot because that would have been, yeah, this drive here, 4th and 3 to 35. I don't think a field goal gets you there, so still right to go for it. We just didn't get it. And then useless from my offense in the second half. Oh, boy. Just realized I was looking at Oregon when I said that. Whoops. Yeah, this was I think the drive that like really hurt us because that was a solid 9-minute drive down the field, and then we missed the field goal on the back end. Yeah, that was not a very good game. Patrick was terrible. He averaged 4.6 yards an attempt. Rodney Butler disgusts me. Hayes sucked. If Hayes ends up being like a bad transfer for us, we are in so much trouble. Only 1 sack by our defense, but they forced 3 fumbles and got a pick. So can't really fault them for anything else, I don't think. Webster did miss a kick, but he made 4 others. Yeah. I mean, our defense did great. Our offense left much to be desired. Let's be frank on that one. All right, week 3 is usually when. Oh, no. All right, well, let's deal with the easy one first. So, Braden Vincent, who is usually our number 1 O lineman, just took a decent hit, but he's still really good. I think I'll just drop him, I guess, all the way down to 8. Is that worth it? Yeah, Levi has indeed allowed a sack. I think that's worth it. So we're going to drop him down. He'll be 7. Levi can stay in 8. Jesus Wood is just right there, itching to play. D-line. Okay, so this is disastrous because both Crum and Crawley are hurt. That does not leave me with many options. I'm tempted. I mean, Crum, like, he's staying right where he is. I know it's a 5-week injury, but come on. He still has 86 tackling, 98 block shed, and 81 IQ. I can't move him. Crawley, on the other hand, did take a bit more of a hit. How's Colin Harrell done this year so far? 1 single tackle for loss. Fair enough. I'm just going to leave him at 3. I am going to trust that nothing bad will happen to those 2 D linemen. I am simply going to trust that. That's my goal. Good news is we're 2-0, which means we got a goal donor goal of winning 2 games in a row and $1.1 million in our coffers. The 3 diamond donor goals, 2 of them are to be Air Force. The third, hold opponents less than 38% third down conversion, currently 36. Then the other 2 golds are have a safety and quarterback earn all conference respectively. It should be noted Patrick obviously earned all conference last season. At safety, Hargrove earned all conference last season also. So presumably, if we can have them put up similar stat lines, we'll be in good shape. Simon wants to be scheduled. So Texas currently ranked, but I don't really care. I think. Let me look at OSU's schedule. So they can schedule him weeks 5 through 9 and then 12. Wow, whoever set up their schedule, that's a terrible schedule. I mean, it's not great for visits. So if I do schedule him that week 11 Stanford game, that runs the risk of them doing 12. So yeah, I got to lock that in. Air Force. And they're 2-0, so you never know. Air Force could maybe be ranked by the time we face them. Probably not. I will have Myers join the Texas group. I will have Carlton join Stanford to get complimentary visit there. Emmanuel Morton, who is a very interesting JUCO running back. He's got really good speed, great ball security, but he's not evasive at all. He's not very strong, and his ball carrier vision is a 78. So a lot happening there. I think I will put him as 12 also. Ezekiel Rush, you're in week 5. Braden Gary, quarterback, week 12. Taylor Bryant. Ooh, did Pitt offer money? They did. I mean, listen, I'm not going to give the guy money. He is a 57 overall. Let's just make that clear. Yeah, Air Force for you. All right, that's everyone. Or at least, shall I say, everyone that can come. I don't think I ever want to give a pitch to Braden Gary. Like, if I get him, cool, but I'd much rather do elsewhere. UNLV offered a scholarship and had a not so great visit with Israel Key. So we should be able to get him pretty naturally, but I'll still give like an okay pitch for a few more points. OSU just offered 740,000 to Caleb Simon. I'm not offering money until the visits happen because there's really no point. Like if OSU gets a 1,300, recruiting visit, then there's not much I can do. I'm behind on a lot of guys. Yeah, that does worry me a little bit. All right, let us get into week 3. And then after this game, I'll take a look and see if anyone is threatening to transfer and any draft risks, of which I think there's only one draft risk on the team. Washington State, they're 0-2. They lost to Baylor, got blown out by, oh no. They gave up 53 to the Sun Devils. Look out. The Sun Devils had beat ranked UCF and just destroyed Washington State. Okay. Okay. Do they do anything well? Wow, they got 9 sacks in 2 games. That ain't too shabby. Not too shabby at all. All right, we're favored at home by 18. I have no recruits visiting because there'd be no point. So far in the sim, Washington State won 5 out of the first 6 and then lost 5 of the next 6. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be, etc., etc. If we don't win this game by at least 17 points, I am upset. Tails did not fail Washington State, but they elected to receive, so it didn't fail me either. Engage 8 there was inspired. Oh boy. Well, okay. I think I may have blitzed one too many a time on that drive. I mean, I'm going to blitz again. I know they're in trips, but yeah, they did hitches. Well, our defense, again, surrenders a dynamite opening drive. We are behind. They have gotten 9 sacks, so I may do a lot more quick passes. A Sawyer Quoke with the 18 yards. Thank you, sir. Bowers to the 13, and Lane gets me nothing. Hayes got me nothing. That drive stalled. 27 yards, 17 yards. Man. I mean, credit to Washington State. They certainly came to play as we get a sack and hold them to a field goal. There we go. John Lane, 54 yards all the way to the 10. I mean, I'm going 4th and goal at the 1. Send it. There we go. Lane walks it in. Can you imagine if we do all that and get stuffed at the 1? There we go. Mario Wright with the pick. We're already in Cougar territory. The jokes there that could be made will not, as this is a somewhat family-friendly channel. I am not doing a pitch on 2nd and 4. You out of your mind? Slants to the 4. Very good. And Dylan Jenkins with the touchdown. Okay. I think the offense is settled in. Empty on 3rd and 5. I respect it. And they got the conversion. Fair play. I'm just going to keep blitzing them. That seems to be my official stance on this. I'm going to keep it on chew clock until we get closer to midfield, I think. That seems to be my modus operandi. All right, let's go up tempo. All right, we got the conversion. The AI still does not have a clue what I'm trying to do here. There we go. Thank you, AI. Very simple. Deep attack to the end zone. And he throws it 2 yards to the running back. I can't get this guy to commit to the deep ball. 3rd and 4. Yeah, let's pass. Duh. All right. They do have all 3 timeouts, so they could. Why would the AI? No. Do not call a timeout in that situation ever again. Call a timeout in this one, though. All right, we'll run it out. So I think offensively we're looking good. We had that massive run play for 50 yards. If we don't have that, our run game doesn't look as pretty, obviously. They're averaging almost 9 yards a pass, though. There we go. 34-yard kickoff return to get us started. Very good, sir. And then, is that their first sack of the game? It is. You know what? They're 11th in the country in sacks, and they just got their first sack in the second half. Pretty good from a somewhat injured O-line that's fighting for its life. There we go. 22 yards to Copeland off the old wheel. That used to be like the go-to play in one of the like mid-2010 Maddens. There we go. Hayes gets me to the 15. I'm just going to keep running it. Really? Really, Rodney? 3rd and 9. I'm going to assume they pass it. And Mario Wright with the sack. All right. Think this game is pretty much wrapped up. Think at this point, oh, brother. There we go. 29 yards off the 4 verts. I would say it's wrapped up, except my run game is non existent, which really hurts my whole chew clock motif, doesn't it? All right, they punt. Very good. In the red zone. Lucas Copeland, touchdown off the slant. We're up by 20. And they punt once again. And we punt. All right, backups are in. I think they were in for like one play there offensively also. 3rd and 3, you already know. There we go. Duh! They got the 4th down conversion. All right, very good. Turnover on downs. We'll just run the ball a little bit here and then test the arm. Sadness. All right. This is just helping our opposing 4th down stats at this point. Hey, why would they call a timeout? Dude, okay, you want to call a timeout? Kid, kick the field goal. Why would they call a timeout there? They're down 20. And we got a sack on their QB. You know what? Good. I'm glad they called a timeout there. It allowed for hilarity. All right. We crushed Washington State 33-10. They scored all 10 of their points in the first 2 drives and then did not even get close the rest of the way. They kind of did. They were at the 24, that last gasp drive, but nothing really doing. I think my concerns with my run game have not been alleviated. Because if you take away that 50-yard rush, like Hayes is what, 11 carries for 31? Not great. Patrick was nearly perfect. We didn't throw the ball that much. Tried to run it a bit more. It didn't really work, but that's beside the point. Defensively, 7 sacks on the day, 10 tackles for a loss. Really happy with that. And the kid was perfect on kicks. What else can you possibly want? Very good. And our O line only allowed 2 sacks and none in the first half, which is huge. All right. Here's hoping no injuries. Yay, no injuries. And we moved up in the rankings to 14. All right, let's check in with the rest of the Pac 12. Washington is undefeated. Surprise, surprise. And oh, God, the Pac 12 West is so pathetic. It's just Washington and filth. Meanwhile, ours is parity central. Us, USF, and Arizona State are all 3-0. San Diego State's undefeated in conference play. Interesting. I don't know why USF is ranked so highly now when they weren't even ranked in week 1. It's kind of weird. But I would still prefer to be in this division because I wouldn't want to be in the Pac-12 West with Washington. Because then you have to beat Washington essentially every year to have a chance at making the Pac-12 championship game. Official results, I had none. All right, let's look at the coach's office. So draft risk is John Lane, who transferred in prior to last season. He's currently our number 1 running back. So obviously losing him would be catastrophe because he's still only a sophomore. Transfer risks, Nicholas Moon, who is like he's my 7th wide receiver. Do I want to put him ahead? I mean, McCullough has 103 speed. So that's it's a pretty hard thing to beat. He has only caught 50% of his passes, though. Let's give Nicholas Moon some run. I think we'll kind of see what he can do. No point in going up to 7 wide receivers. Like we have too many good guys up top to spread that out. And then the other one was Jackson Fletcher. And I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of fine with him transferring. Like, he's not athletic, offers nothing in the passing game. Sure, he has, 82 ball carrier vision, 84 ball security, but like that's only slightly better than Sage Chaney, who may be even worse. However, if I am going to lose Lane to the draft, as well as Hayes and Butler to graduation, maybe giving someone like Jackson Fletcher some time. But I mean, no, like I'm not going to play him over Butler. Like Rodney Butler, I have a hate relationship with. But the fact of the matter is, his ratings are good enough where he should play. I think that's kind of where I'm at there. No other transfer risks is good because I'm redshirting a lot of guys. All right, recruiting. Anyone else want to schedule Old Utah? Nope. All right. So, of my 22 recruiting targets, we're only ahead on 7. That doesn't feel sustainable. Let us look toward the recruiting list just to see if there's anyone that maybe I said no to the first time around that could do with a little re-examination. JUCO tight end, what do you got? No. Nope. I don't know why I looked. I don't need another safety. Yeah, I'm only looking at the one tight end. I mean, sure, he's loyal, but he sucks. Aha! He wants to be a star, but wait. Can I ethically take the Honolulu, Hawaii kid away from Hawaii? You know what? He doesn't care that much about proximity to home. Bring him in, and I'll add this probably terrible tight end also. Just cuz. Let's offer them both. Because at this point also, if I'm behind on so many recruits, like I just at a certain point need guys to make up my class. I really don't think I want Israel Key. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with both of them in. All right, OSU didn't offer any more money. That's good. Okay, I'm still the third visit there. LSU had their visit with Nicholas Moron. It's Moran, but I'm going to call him Moron. It went pretty okay, but I mean they're 1,000 points back. That's not going to help much of anything. Should I just give up on Maddox Co? Like I'm not going to get him. You see potential. Like all he can really do right now is shed a block, and he doesn't have good potential. I think I should just kind of wipe my hands of him. I'll leave him on the target list, but yeah, I think we can slow down the pitches. UNLV had their visit with Hale, 360. Not bad. A lot of early visits. Ooh, Hawaii offered a scholarship to Stewart. All right. Game 4. We have Arizona. They're 1-2. They beat an FCS school, and they got blown out by Washington and beat by Oregon. I am not afraid. I really wish FCS schools didn't exist in this game. Because, like, it serves no real purpose. You already have 1 and 2 level prestige schools. Just play them. Like, get them money. Because with the FCS schools, Arizona lost money, but they didn't even get any because they don't exist as a team. Like, even if I look to the box score, like, yeah, these players don't exist. So, and it insanely inflates the stats of guys like Melvin Douglas, who has 244 yards on the season, 148 of which is against a fake school. I really wish FCS schools didn't exist in this game. Arizona is favored at home. Ooh, they have 9 recruits visiting. Fair enough. Last year we beat Arizona by 15. So looking for more of the same here, I shall call tails. And it failed me on this day, except Arizona elected to receive anyway. All right, 3rd and 10, too high safety, dare you to beat us, and they don't. Finally, the opposing team did not score on the opening drive. That'll do. There we go, John. Good run. Let's keep it going. Rodney Butler just had back-to-back carries. Impossible. 3rd and 3, I'm going to run it. 0 yards. I'll kick the field goal. I don't love it, but my thinking was if I get 1 or 2 yards, I'm going to go for it on 4th down. But then he got 0. And then they just got 38. All right. Tie ball game. 50-yard field goal. Not bad for Arizona's kicker. 3rd and 5. Levels. There we go. Justin Weaver gets me the first. Patrick is sacked. Let's pass it. There we go. Sawyer Quoke gets me 9. We're moving. We have stopped moving. Byers gets me 6 when that's exactly what I need. Man, our drives are just dying. All right, defense gets a stop. Very good. That opposing 3rd down conversion rate is like the most stressful thing for me for a donor goal. There we go. We stop them there again. Okay. Let's settle in. Right now, we're averaging 1.6 yards per rush. So there we go. 17 yards. Let's party. There we go. Copeland gets me 25. Butler gets me 10. And John Lane runs it in. Touchdown, Utah. And DeMarion Montero forces the fumble. Mario Wright recovers. I think if we score a touchdown here, I'm feeling really good. So we get the conversion. I'm keeping Chew Clock on. I'm not too concerned. I am concerned. Up tempo at the 3. Let's run it. My God, he lost the yard. Yeah, our run game has some like serious problems right now. But the fake screen wheel works, so who cares? There we go. Lane gets me 8. Part of the reason a run game's sucking for us is we are an air raid offense, but we also want to take a lot of time off the clock. And so this leads to a problem if we're going 3 and out or if our drives are dying. Field goal is good. We're up by 16. And the blitz worked. Oh, the wide receiver mid screen failed completely. But they punt. Wow. There we go, Sammy. Thank you, sir. The RPO bubble screen. Nicholas Moon getting involved. Oh, we got sacked. This might be one of the more boring games of football I think we've ever went through, but a good punt return there from Bowers. My God, we're averaging 3.5 yards a rush. Oh, we did an outside linebacker blitz. They did a sweep and got 52 yards. Good sack there. 3rd and goal at the 9. I'm going zone. Why would you kick a field goal here? I mean, I get it. It's 4th and 9, but like a 16-point game becomes a 13-point game. Maybe you hope you have enough time left in the 4th quarter, but I'd have gone for it. You don't get it. We have terrible field position anyway. There we go. Oh, Brian Bowers fumbled. Not good, folks. All right, Arizona gets another field goal. That's 2 red zone trips. And they've only gotten 6 points. There we go. We get the conversion. Raul Price, backup tight end, getting involved. You know we're in trouble when he's getting involved. Oh my God. Hayes went backwards. I mean, I'm gonna punt it. We're on the wrong side of the 50. I'm gonna trust my defense to get a stop. I blitzed when they did empty. That might not have been the smartest idea. All right, they punt. That's essentially game. They are going to call timeouts because the AI is inconsistent in that. You know what? Jet sweep. And it worked. Dylan Jenkins gets me there. Good man. Timeout, please. There we go. All right. We beat Arizona 22-9. I think after these games, I can come to a very simple conclusion. Our defense is very, very good. Our offense is a one-trick pony, and that's our passing game. Like, we had to run it so many times with Lane and Hayes to even get respectable score lines. Patrick did good, but did get a touchdown because we only had the one. Yeah, that wasn't. And our defensive line, our defensive line didn't do good. Only 3 tackles for loss, 1 sack. Webster made 5 kicks. Cam Newton, Charlie Newton, terrible. But hey, a win is a win. We move up to 4-0. We're looking good. Four carries, 76 yards. Ooh, John Lane's hurt. That's bad. All right, so Braden Vincent is back to being our best O lineman. So that's that settled. It was Lane and who? Carson Archie. Archie, I think we'll just move him down to 7. Man, Van's allowed 2 sacks. Get him out of there. Then again, you know what? River Miles, welcome. No, his run block's a 50. I can't do it. I can't do that. That seems like a bit much. So John Lane is hurt. Here's the problem. If I rest him, he's been like my only good running back. Because Sam Hayes is averaging less than 3 yards a carry, Butler's averaging worse, and he has a turnover. It'd be the Texas game and the Fresno State game. What I might do, I think I'm going to play him against Texas and rest him for Fresno State. I think that's what I'm going to do. That is my current plan. It's not the best plan I've ever thought of, but it's what I'm rolling with. That Arizona game really helped the percentage. What was the... Oh, yeah, they went 1-11. That so helped that donor goal. Nice, 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 nice. Anyone else want to schedule? I may have already gotten everyone. Nope. 7 and 8. Oliveira, you can be 11. Ryu, you can be 11 also. Very good. Very good. All right. I really want to avoid offering a lot of these guys money because I really, really want to save all my NIL for transfers, especially considering we have less than max NIL because I had to take some away to help our school level. So I don't really want to spend that much here. That said, I will freely make Caleb Simon the richest man in Utah, which would be impressive considering the Mormon church and their tithe system, but I think we can make it work. Really? You don't want Schultz that badly, Minnesota. I know he's terrible. Do you not know he's terrible? No, brother. All right. So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave Lane in against Texas and hope his injury doesn't get worse. Speaking of which, Texas, they had a week 3 bye. I didn't think that was possible. They beat Ohio, upset South Carolina, and just lost to the best team in the country in A&M. Yep, they're second in the country in terms of sacks. They don't really turn the ball over. It looks like they got a pretty good team. I'm a little scared. They are favored. I love this. We are 4-0, ranked 12th in the country at home. Texas is 2-1, unranked, and they're favored. Oh boy. All right, I have 5 recruits visiting. Really, the only 2 that will probably end up being races are for Huffman and Schultz. Huffman's obviously the big one because Texas is interested, so I don't care much that they're going to get the second visit bonus. If we beat Texas, like Huffman is ours. If we lose, though, we're out. We're not getting him. So far in the sim, last season, we beat them by 1 single solitary point. And this was the game of the season, in my opinion, where with 50 seconds left, they scored a touchdown to take the lead. And we drove down the field in about 40 seconds, all the way to the 7. Shankar kicked the walk-off field goal, and there were celebrations in the away end of the stadium. Now, let's see what we can do in this game here. Texas calls tails. It is, in fact, tails, and they defer. Ooh. All right, so we start with the ball for the first time this season. I'm looking for an opening score touchdown. I'm going to pass it on 3rd and 2. There we go. Thank you, Copeland. Thank you, Copeland, again. Four verts, not quite what I want. There we go. 3rd and 1. We get the conversion. We're moving. We are in Texas's red zone. Rodney Butler touched the football, and I don't think I need to tell you anymore. 3rd and 2. I'm going to pass. Didn't work. I'm going to kick the field goal. I think that might come back to bite me. Not going for it there, but I'm going to trust our defense. I think hindsight 2020, obviously, I run it there. But, listen, my best runner is concussed. So I don't think any short yardage situation is a given. They're going for it on 4th and 3. I'm blitzing. There we go. Mario Wright tackles him at the line. Nothing for Texas there. And John Lane gets me 0. So, you know what? Let's go for it. No. No. If I go for it here and don't get it, I'm essentially gifting them a field goal. And this way, we burn them all the way to the 8. Yeah, they got out of it. Engage 8 there was a bad call. And they burn our blitz all the way to the 5. Okay. So that happened. 7-3 Texas. Sawyer Quoke with the catch. Very good, sir. Not so good. We punt. There we go. Negative 5-yard pass on the bubble screen. Oh, that's amazing. All right, Texas punts, and Brian Bowers returns the punt 66 yards to the house, and Sean Webster missed the extra point. Sure, why not? Love that for us. We stop him on the blitz. Very good. See, I ran it on 3rd and 2, and he lost the yard. I live in a world where, unfortunately, I can't trust my run game anymore. As Texas gets a nice, quick little touchdown there. Let's see if we can match. Oh, man. If I go for it and don't get it, we're screwed. But I'm going to do it. There we go. Copeland gets me the conversion. Let's move. Oh, brother. We punt, and they have all 3 timeouts. All right. Well, that was a painful first half. 6 of our points were a punt return to the house. There we go. Xavier Harrison with the pick, and he returns it 22 yards to Texas's red zone. And we have to settle for a field goal. Guy. On paper, our running back room isn't bad. They're just playing terribly. And Bowers with a 40-yard kickoff return. He is trying to get us the win himself in whatever way he can. And I have to respect that. 4th and 1, I'm going for it. We're lining up, goal line. Thank you, John. Thank you, Elias, all the way to the 11. Please, God, get me a touchdown. There we go. Lucas Copeland slants. Extra point is good. 2-point game. Oh, my God. What are they on 3rd down? They're 5 of 8. We're 3 of 11. There's your game right there. All right, they fail there. They punt. Okay. Calm. Let us settle. I think the short passes is just, there we go. Elias Byers on the slant, 46 yards, all the way to the 3. Copeland with the touchdown over the middle. 4-point game. I'm going to go for it. Yeah, I didn't get it. All right, 4-point game. My logic there was if we go for it and it's 6, that means they need 2 field goals to tie and a extra point, which isn't a guarantee. Aiden Stahl forces the fumble. Alec Montoya recovers. All of my safeties are going for all conference. I love it. There's Nicholas Moon with the catch. Yeah, I think Moon over McCullough might just be what I do down the stretch. Sam Hayes touchdown, 11-point game. And another turnover. Demarion Montero with the pick. Folks, Texas has turned it over 3 times. I'm not doing a bubble screen. You know what? Maybe I should have. 47-yarder. I'm going to punt and hope we burn them. There we go. Got him at the 4. No, they punt. All right, let's run the ball a bit. There we go. Sam Hayes gets me a yard when I needed 1 yard. That's okay. Lucas Copeland dropped a first down. That's not good. Now Texas has time. But a tackle for loss on 3rd down. They punt. All right, no turnovers. We win the game. Oh, my God. John. We punt. 3rd and 7. Their wide receiver dropped a go route, which is rough. Oh, boy. Interesting that they're not going for the field goal here because it's 4th and 10. Field goal cuts our lead to 8. You recover an onside to have a chance. Yeah, turnover. There we go. As Aiden Stahl gets a pick to end the game, we beat Texas 32-21. I mean, that's just the tale of 2 halves. Like the first half, we only scored 9 points. We're down by 5. Immediately, we get an interception, get a score. They get a quick touchdown. We get a quick touchdown. They punt, and then this is where the game ended. We forced a punt, got a touchdown. Defense forced a turnover. We scored. Forced another turnover. Unfortunately, a 3 and out. And then it was just punts the rest of the way. So happy with that. Patrick had a pretty good game. Again, like Lane, I think is definitely benched. Like concussion or not, he needs to sit. Byers had 100 yards, which is good. Copeland, a pair of touchdowns. Defense got 0 sacks, but they got 3 picks and a forced fumble. That'll do. Aiden Stahl with not 1 but 2 turnovers after making all freshman team last season. Very good, sir. All right, we beat Texas. That's a huge, huge win. And they were favored by 1. Remember that, folks. The odds makers, they don't believe in us. I really do want to talk to the people that think that like Vegas and various sports books set the lines of like who they think will win or what they think will hit, not just what they think will get the most money. So Sam Hayes is out for 4 weeks with a minor injury. That's very bad timing considering John Lane's hurt. So Lane, I'm just moving to whoops. I'm just making him inactive for the Fresno State game. Hayes, he still has the best ball carrier vision of any of my guys. His evasion's good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Jackson Fletcher be my running back 3. I think he's gonna get like maybe a couple games in that spot. Oh yeah, 3rd down running back. I'm just gonna set it to auto. Like there's no great answers here, unfortunately. I'm not gonna rip the red shirt off of Benjamin. The man has a ball security of 66. Lucas Pratt, I think, has good ball skills, but he's not athletic. And Cade Pitts is neither. So that's where we're at there. All right, let's review the official results. We did have a commit, Ezekiel Rush, 3-star, A minus potential wide receiver. Low risk, probably medium reward. 690 for these guys, 790, 890 for Huffman is pretty good. Texas also did target player, which feels like a concession. Schultz, I'm going to be honest. I think I'm just going to let Minnesota have him. Like, they have the second visit. They're going to get good points out of it. And I just don't think I really want to be putting that in. I'm only ahead on 6 recruits right now, one of whom is Schultz. 2 of the others are the guys I just found last week. That leaves these 3. Man, we could have a really bad recruiting class. Granted, this is helped by the simple fact that the 2 recruiting visits we care about are the last 2 weeks of the season. So I think if we continue our winning ways and most importantly win those 2 games, I think we'll be okay. Duke had a good visit with Terrence Carlton, which sucks because we really want him. But now they're 400 points up on us. Not good. I mean, now we're trailing Washington. We're trading Hawaii for. We're in legitimate danger of having like the worst recruiting class. Like we might only get 10 guys if things don't start turning around. Oh, I have 2 pitches left. Whoops. Just fully did not realize that. That could have been bad. Oh boy. All right. So let me take a quick look. Transfer risks. Ooh, it's a much bigger list. Levi wants to play. I mean, I'm going to be honest, Levi. You've given up. Or actually, no, he's just not playing as much as he wants. I mean, dude, like, he's given up 2 sacks. Archie is the head of him, but he's doing well because he's hurt. Nelson's doing good. Like, I think I will flip Vaughn and I need to decide on Van or Vaughn. I'll flip them just because. Henry Miller, I don't care about. He has F minus potential. Actually, do I even want him playing then? Hold on. So he's complaining about playing time. How's he been doing defensively? Only 2 out of 6. I mean, at that point, I might as well play John Farmer. Think I will. Because realistically, like, Bond, I mean, he's not great. And then obviously these 3. All right, who else? Caleb Taylor. Yeah, it's just a numbers game at safety, man. I think Caleb Taylor is going to be the odd man out, which is kind of rough. I mean, he played last year a decent amount, but I mean, Hargrove is obviously our number 1. He's awesome. Aiden Stahl was second team all freshman last year. He already has multiple turnovers. And then Xavier Harrison has only allowed 4 catches on 12 targets. So there's no room for Taylor. Nicholas Moon is still complaining, but his playing time will go up. Gadsden at D line. Okay. When does Crowley get back? 3 weeks. When does Crum get back? 2. Who do I face after Fresno State? San Diego State. How's Harold done? 6 tackles, 2 for a loss. You know what? Let's put Gadsden at the 6th spot for a few games. See how he does. I'll make that executive decision. We're up to number 9 in the rankings for those keeping track at home. Other Pac 12 schools, Washington is 3, USF is 7, Arizona State's 11. So it looks like we're going to have a pretty good Pac 12 this year. Oregon has a nice little win streak for themselves. No, Air Force, they lost. Man. I mean, there's a chance that Air Force could go 4-1 over the next 5 and maybe be ranked. Maybe. All right, Fresno State. So, for anyone who watched my previous series of Football Coach College Dynasty, my Journeyman series, Fresno State is the main school I ended up in, and we became kings of the Mountain West. Importantly, I had realignment disabled in that save. This save, I enabled it, and you can tell the exact moment when realignment happened and Fresno State went from the Mountain West to the Pac 12. They have sucked in the Pac 12 as of late. And unfortunately, this year, their only win is against Navy. They're getting blown out, nearly shut out by everyone else. It's not looking good. They have one of the worst offenses in the country. Only 2 turnovers, though. Something to note. Poor Fresno State. Maximilian Buck. What a great name. Let's check in on our X for a second. How's Vandy doing this year? I I didn't expect to see 0-4. They lost to FAU, got blown out by A&M, lost South Carolina, and just lost by 2 to Georgia State. What has become of my program? You see, guys, you don't know what you got till it's gone. I mean, that's why their quarterback is Talon Finley. To be fair, though, looks like he developed to be a pretty good QB. He was our backup for a little bit. Yeah, they got McNeil, Harrison Wells at running back. The reverse flash being the slowest running back ever is so annoying. You all don't understand. Oh, Felipe Bose is so good. Oh, that's so upsetting. I recruited him. I redshirted him. I played him as a true freshman. He's so good and he's loyal. Duh. If I could take one player with me from Vandy, it would have been Felipe. All right, Fresno State, we're going to win this game by a bajillion. We're favored by 20 on the road. Last year, we beat them 34-9. So, you know, this game probably going to be a quick little sim here. Fresno State elects to receive. I will blitz on the first play out of respect. 3 and out. Very good. All right. Play action on the first play out of respect. Oh, 42 yards off the slant to Justin Weaver. I am not doing a QB sneak. I'm going to surprise him with slants. Dang. I don't know what I expected to happen there. Sam Hayes runs it in. We're up 7-0. This will be a good game to get our opposing third down conversion percentage low. This will be a really good game for it. Rodney Butler got the carry there on third down, and it worked. And 4 verts over the middle. Lucas Copeland for the touchdown. Folks, we're up 14-0. Emilio McClendon forces and recovers the fumble, and it's Copeland again. 47 yards to the house. The stat line for the wide receiver: 4 catches, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. It is the first quarter. He is on pace to shatter every wide receiver record under the sun. Fresno State punts. I really should be running the ball more. I feel like if I go pass heavy this game, it feels a little insulting. Oh, you know what? 4th and 1. Let's do it. Butler gets me the conversion. Byers gets me 30 more. Yeah, unfortunately for Fresno State. Oh, never mind. Webster missed the kick. I take back what I said. Defense gets a stop. Never mind. Write what I said back in the history book. 3rd and 6. Chuck it. I mean, he does. He never throws it deep on deep attack. Like, that is what I've noticed so much. He never throws it deep. Copeland, 27 more yards. We're going for the record. I don't know what it is, but we're going for it. Because at this point, we're so far in the sim, anything can happen. I'm going to run it once. Terrible mistake. All right, we'll kick the field goal. And that'll be that. Well, we're up 24-0. Complete and total domination. Lucas Copeland is currently up to 158 yards, by the way. For those that are keeping track at home. Sack, 11-yard jet sweep. And then the RPO bubble screen got deflected. That's rough. Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? Sawyer Quoke gets the conversion. Patrick scrambles to the 6, and he scrambles again. 31-0. I can confidently say the backups are going to get the whole 4th quarter as Copeland gets even more yardage. Bubble screen. Oh, Justin Weaver fumbled. That's rough. Fresno State took it all the way to the house. Fair enough. All right, they convert the 3rd and 7. Backups are now in on defense, but no longer as Fresno State scores. It's a 17-point game in what was looking like a comfortable shutout. Ooh, Byers fumbled. Okay. Offense, listen up. Look at this log, man. Fumble return for a touchdown, punt, Fresno touchdown, we fumble, they get a field goal. Okay. I guess our guys wanted to keep it close. There we go. Justin Weaver gets me the conversion. Let's keep it moving. Copeland gets me a few more. The jet sweep worked once again. There we go. I'm going to pass it on 3rd and 3. No dice. Incomplete. We will kick the field goal. So 17-point game. Demarion Montero with the pick. Backups are now in offensively. Just going to run the ball out here. 1st and goal at the 3. Perhaps a touchdown. Oh, Sebastian was sacked. Not a great look. And he got sacked again. That's what I get. All right, we win 34-17. A game that was infinitely closer than it should have been. Like, we were up, let's see, we were up 31-0 with the ball in Fresno territory. And then calamity struck. Fumble return for a touchdown, 3 and out, fumble, long drive, we get the field goal. And by then we burned enough clock, but holy moly. I think Patrick did pretty good. Hayes did well. Butler got 10 carries. Fletcher only got 5. I'd hoped he'd get a little bit more, but I guess not. Copeland finished with 10 receptions, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nicholas Moon, 4 for 19 is kind of sad looking. Yeah, no sacks by our defense. 2 turnovers, though, so can't complain that much. Webster did miss a kick, which is a little annoying. They only threw it 11 times. It's kind of funny. But hey, we're 6-0. We're probably going to drop in the rankings, but so be it. So be it. +3. Never mind. All right. Lane is back. So obviously he moves to number 1. Hayes is going to be out for 3 more weeks, but one of that is a bye. But one of that is also, oh, OSU is terrible. They're 3-3. Okay, terrible is a bit much. They've lost to number 2 Penn State, number 8 Wisconsin, but still. Oh my. So what do I want to do here? I think I'm gonna rest Hayes for the San Diego State game, and then he's gonna play against OSU. So that means Fletcher will get another game as our 3rd running back. That's my plan. Okay. Going back to points ahead, we're only ahead on 6 guys. Oh my God. Oh, Washington. They beat USF and got 1,300 points for Cortina. I mean, I can't catch that. 1,600 behind is too much. I can't catch that. Because he's way more. Oh, that's such a shame. All right. Christopher Cortina, not going to be signed with us anytime soon. That's so annoying. Man, OSU is looking a little weak. Oh, Baylor had their visit with Gary. Went pretty good. They beat UC. They're undefeated also. Not bad. Yeah, I feel like unfortunately when I went through the recruiting and the prospects, we're just in too many close battles that because the vast majority of our recruiting visits are the last 2 weeks of the season, I'm falling behind on way too many guys. And like Morton hasn't visited Prue yet. Butler hasn't visited Hawaii. Mace hasn't visited, Air Force, so on and so forth. Like this could get so much worse. But hey, we're 6-0. We're looking pretty. We're looking good. We're looking nice. We're currently at 32% opposing third down for anyone keeping track at home here. All right, San Diego State. Let's keep it moving. They're 3-3. They lost to TCU. No shame in that. So did we. 3 overtime loss to USF, and they just lost a classic against Cal. So their defense either gives up 4 touchdowns or 0. Got it. Yep, and that's reflected in this. They're 4th in sacks. Not good with our banged up O-line. But they're looking good passing the ball. A lot of big plays. We're favored by 4 at home. I have 1 single recruit visiting, and I'm regretting putting him here because Hawaii's scheduled for week 13. But then again, had I scheduled him for 11 and 12, they would have gotten the second visit. Never mind. My regret is gone. Last year, we beat San Diego State 31-13. So let's see here. Here we go. They elect to receive. I will send the blitz as a sign of respect. No, they got 11 yards. All right, and then they punt. Very good, very good. Well, 2 incompletions and a sack. It's hard to think of how a first drive could go worse, but we have had worse. They got the first. They got the other first. And folks, San Diego State is up 7-0. I didn't do goal line there at the 3. Feel like I should have, but it's fine. Brian Bowers gets me 12. 3rd and 5. Let's try slants with the tight end. It worked, 9 yards. Incomplete. I will try the field goal. There we go. Webster makes it. Okay. Very good, very good, very good. 3rd and 5. There we go. Gavin Douglas with the pick. Takes it 17 yards. He does not get many turnovers, so that's good. 3rd and 1. We're just going to run it. I hate all of this. My lovely quick slant is nerfed. Fine. Hitches. There we go. Copeland gets me the conversion. Let's move. And Elias Byers over the top. Touchdown. The lead is ours. And 3 and out from San Diego State. Beautiful. All right. The run game showing signs of success. The RPO bubble screen got me 1 yard when that's all I needed. Look at this nice, calm drive. Nothing too crazy, no big plays. We're just dink to dink to dink our way down the field. Timeout, please. 2nd and goal at the 1. 3rd and goal at the 1. They going to stuff us again? Nope. Butler gets it for the touchdown. Can you imagine if we hadn't scored there? That was a 9-minute, 21 drive, 17 plays, 78 yards. That was just methodical precision. And then 1st and goal at the 2 turns into 4th and goal at the 1. The AI just never gave the ball to John Lane in that sequence. They're like, you know what? We're going to give it to Fletcher or Butler. That does remind me that I need to go in here and make sure these guys are John Lane. That, you know what? That does, in fact, remind me. Huh? All right, up by 10, and we get the ball. Feeling pretty good. Feeling less good after an immediate 3 and out, you know. No, I did cover 2 drop. I hate that play. Sometimes I just go too quickly. That was one of those times. I'm going to blitz. I don't care that they're on trips. There we go. And Brian Bowers, 80-yard kickoff return. Very good. Jackson Fletcher is getting a lot of carries. I'm scared. John Lane touchdown. There we go. Humberto Hargrove with the pick. I really hope that my 3 safeties don't take away the accolades from each other because they're all doing equally well in the turnover front. And Webster misses the 40-yarder, but Hargrove gets another pick. Never mind. I feel like that is all conference secured. Why does the AI keep wanting me to do 4 verts? Make it stop. I'm trying to run the game out. Please. Please. Sawyer Quoke touchdown, the freshman. Engage 8. No, it didn't work. Defense gets another stop. Very good. We got sacked and we punt. Field goal for them. Okay. And we're sacked again, man. Been sacked 4 times today. I hope an O lineman is not injured because I already got 2. All right. Backups are now in on offense, and we immediately have to punt. Uh-oh. Okay, fair enough. And they get I have never had an onside kick been successful. And now in this very video, the AI has done it against me twice. I call collusion. The highest order. Ronan Bowman with the sack on 3rd down, and they get the touchdown. 3-point game. Oh my God, they recovered it twice in one game. What a silly game this is. Like, we were up, let's see here. We were up 31-13 with the ball with 2.5 minutes left. We failed to convert on 3rd down. San Diego State then scores 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes. Like, wait, what? Huh? That was outrageous. Outrageous. We won the game, but like, what a weird feeling after a win. Patrick was pretty good. The yards per average was a little low. Running the ball, we weren't great. Defensively, listen, we only had 2 sacks, but 3 picks, or excuse me, 3 picks. Sorry, I read the bottom number and thought it was that. 2 picks I will take. Webster did miss a kick. But hey, we got the win at home. That'll do. That will do. And Abraham Tolbert is hurt. Quit hurting my lineman. All right, so Carson Archie is back to full strength. I think I'm going to move him to 5th. Crum, who I never moved, is fully healthy again. Harrell's complaining. Listen, if you're both going to be upset, I mean, Gibbs has 1 tackle. Or no, excuse me. Abel has 1 tackle. I'm going back to Harrell. I have made my decision. Tolbert being hurt is rough because now neither him or Crowley can really tackle. But I'm rolling with it. It's not like we have OSU to face here in a second. All right, Hayes is back. Jackson Fletcher, I mean, he got 12 total carries for 30 yards, 1 catch, 10 yards. So it's not like he got that much of an opportunity, but he didn't go crazy either. Martin Stewart, I got 620 points, but I'm still behind. I mean, Hawaii sucks, but so does Utah State. Like, either one of them can win that game. And Ohio State beat Purdue, who got themselves ranked. So they got 1,200 points. I am now behind by 1,800. Yikes. Jiminy Cricket. When's my game? 11. So I have 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4. If my best pitch is 300 better, I mean, let's do it. I'm back on Cortina. I'm still out on Israel Key and Braden Gray. Like, I don't really care about either of those 2 at this point. Miami had a iffy visit for Barker, but They're not who I'm worried about. Air Force had a good-ish visit for Mays. Yeah, a lot of the Pac-12 not being ranked has kind of hurt with the visits. Maddox, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to give you points. Like just man to man here. Oh, I didn't notice Wake Forest had a really good visit against Akron. Yeah, we might be in trouble in a lot of these recruiting battles. We might be in trouble. Actually, I don't think we get Simon Dewey. Like, we'll get the benefit of a second visit, but Air Force probably isn't going to be ranked. I think 1,800 is too much. Like, if I offer him, what's his market value? 1.4. If I offer him $2 million, right? That's not going to get me much. I'm going to offer him 2 million officially, and actually, no, I'm not, because if he doesn't commit, then I don't have the money in the transfer portal. All right, let's advance to OSU. All right, this is going to be the last game I play of today. And we've gotten through 8 games, which I feel like is a pretty good amount. And we'll dance with OSU. All right, so Crowley is back to full health. Huzzah. In the highest, et cetera, et cetera. Quick check-in on transfer risks. It's still the same group. Both of these guys being unhappy is silly. So I think I would rather try to get Harrell for another year than Gadsden, because Gadsden just like has done nothing. All right, so OSU at least is taking their foot off the gas a little bit. We'll see if we can make up some ground there. Yeah, I mean, I could technically catch Washington for Cortina. Like, that could happen. No, I don't want to do a good pitch for Israel Key. Yeah, I think the issue I've run into with recruiting is twofold. One, I think I went after too many guys at certain positions. Like 6-0 lineman is a bit much. 6 guys in the front 7. That hurt, I think. And then 2, unfortunately, as Minnesota had a great visit with Schultz, so they can have him. I think, unfortunately, like just the way the recruiting has been, we're so far behind that, sure, it's great that, in what is it, week 11, I have 9 recruits visiting, the majority of which we're in a tight race for. But like, we're almost 900 points behind on Barker, almost 800 behind on Moron, 800 on Coe, 1,300 on Cortina. So I would have really liked for you to be ranked, Stanford, but then you went ahead and lost to West Virginia and a winless Cal team. So I don't know what I can do for you there. But hey, we are 7-0, and we are ranked number 4 in the country. Pretty impressive. Let's look at the Pac-12. Washington obviously is ranked 2nd. Oregon is, Oregon's kind of knocking on the door of being ranked. Middle Tennessee doesn't look that bad, but Oregon should beat them. Fresno State, Oregon will beat, and then big game against USF and Washington, obviously. So who knows? Then on our side, it looks like USF took a loss to Washington. No shame in that. So they dropped to 13. Arizona State, they've lost 2 in a row. Not looking too hot for them. But who cares? We're facing Ohio State in Columbus. Everyone, Get your Lucky Charms, your religious iconography, your non-denominational trinkets. We need all the help we can get. Good news is OSU this year sucks. They've lost 3 games. I mean, that's just... When's the last time they lost 3 games? Oh, yeah. Made the playoff. Or rather, no, I should say 3 games in the regular season. Because these 3 losses were in the playoffs, Natty. Oh, they won the Natty when they took 3 losses in the regular season. Unless... Yep, correct. The last time OSU lost 3 games in the regular season, they won the national title. Cool. They have 7 recruits visiting, no 5 stars. I'm insulted. This is our first time playing OSU in the sim, obviously. All right, let's rock and roll. Tails has failed, but it hasn't because OSU elected to receive. Okay, here's my genuine hope that in the 4th quarter, we have a chance to win the game. I think a blowout would be really sad. There we go. Reginald Crowley recovers the fumble. Tolbert with the strip sack. I read that in reverse. Don't worry about it. Let's move. Let's shake. Uh-oh. Well, a sack. We get a couple yards back. Let the record show. We have drawn first blood. I just got a notification that Jeff Stoutland has left the Eagles. That is legitimately worse to me than losing like Nick Sirianni, maybe even Howie Roseman. I am distraught at this news as an Eagles fan. We will never recover. 3rd and 11, send it. Oh, brother. Yeah, I think OSU's defense is as advertised, but they miss a field goal. Okay, let's take advantage. We get the 3rd and 1 conversion. That's big. The reason is I don't know how many 3rd and shorts we're going to get today. There we go. We're in the red zone. 1st and goal at the 5, 2nd and goal at the 1, 3rd and goal at the 1. John Lane runs it in, and we missed the extra point because, of course, we do. But we are up by 9. Good sack there. 2nd sack by Crum. OSU punts. I can't believe Jeff Stoutland is leaving the Eagles. I hope it's a retiring thing. If it's he was pushed out by like Nick Sirianni or something, that might be a fireable offense. Like, listen, Doug Peterson got fired by Jeffrey Lurie because he was too loyal to his own guys. So if it's a similar situation here, Lurie might fire Sirianni right here, right now. Duh, OSU made it. Oh, okay. The team wanted him back, but Jeff Stoutland decided to step away of his own volition. Okay. I'm happy now. All right. We have 4.5 minutes. I'm keeping shoe clock on because the last thing I need is OSU to score a touchdown with like 8 seconds left. Oh, Rodney Butler lost 2 yards. Oh, brother. Here we go. 3rd and 12. Big down here. Oh, they got the conversion. They got again. There we go. I am going to call a timeout here. Oh, that was a mistake. I figured they would have punted. Oh, that was terrible. I just gave him points. That's so annoying. I just gave him 7 points without thinking. That could decide the game. My own stupidity there. That's so frustrating. Welp. Yep, now we punt. That's so annoying. I just did it as a reflex. I saw like a little bit of time left. Could have called the timeout. Not thinking that they had timeouts and time. But then they just scored another touchdown. So something tells me it won't come back to haunt me. As I think we're going to get run out of the building. unless we score on this drive. 9-yard run on 2nd and 10. That'll do. Thank you, John. There we go. We convert to 3rd and 5, and Sam Hayes has fumbled. Wah, wah, wah. It's not looking good, folks. All right, hold them to a field goal, so it's an 11-point game. I'm gonna go up tempo just for this drive alone. Nah, we'll punt. That sack there really hurt. Yeah, they have every answer for us on defense right now. Might as well send the whole house. No. All right. We lose to OSU 20-9. I think unfortunately I did gift them 7 points. That's the really frustrating part of it. I don't think we win either way, but that is something. I mean, defensively offensively, we had one good drive because the field goal, we got 3 yards and was already in their own territory. We had a good drive here, 14 plays, 70 yards, scored the touchdown. After that, 3 and out, 3 and out, 5 plays punt, 11 plays. We actually got somewhere into OSU territory, but then fumbled the ball. And then 8 plays punt, and that's your ball game. They took 6.5 minutes off the clock to close. So that hurt. I think that was a year where OSU, they're not at their peak of power, and we lost. Granted, we only lost by 11. So it was a close game. It was a competitive game. But it was not our night. 8 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks. We did force that fumble early, but not to be. 'Twas not to be. And we lose to Ohio State. Our first loss of the season, we dropped to 7-1. Calamitous. Tragic. And now, more injuries. All right, so Sam Hayes is fully healthy again. Corner, Montoya is out for 4 weeks. I mean, that's 3, 2, 1. So yeah, he's out the rest of the regular season. Though at that point, I should just play him. So if we make the playoff, to be fair, he's allowed 68% completion. Never mind, get him out of here. So now I have a choice to make as to who my 4th and 5th corners will be. John Farmer has played a bit. He's only been targeted 4 times. He's allowed 2 receptions. I think I'll give Henry Miller the reps. Porter Landry, Reeves. I don't particularly want to see them out there that much. So our corner group just got a bit worse. And then Bowman is out for 2 weeks. But, look at my linebacker depth. I can't afford to sit anybody else. Jamie Pryor, I mean, he's doing okay, but he's allowing a completion every time the ball is thrown to the man. So, yeah, I think I'll just switch him and Emilio. Look at Emilio. Doing great for us. But, I mean, yeah, the loss to OSU, let's be frank, it's expected. Overall, I'm happy with how our defense played, with the exception of a couple drives. Offensively, though, nothing really to hang our hat on there. Yeah, that kind of just sucks. Recruiting, I'm not terrified of what is to come, but I'm a little I'm a little worried of what is to come here in terms of like we're only ahead on 5 guys right now. So if we don't get good results on these recruiting visits, I could legitimately have the smallest recruiting class I have ever had. And that's not being hyperbolic. That is legitimately what could happen. Kind of, only slightly terrifying. But that's where we sit. I think seven, and if you would have told me we're 7-1 after 8, especially when one of those 8 is OSU, I think you take it in a heartbeat. I think offense, we're pretty inconsistent. Defensively, I mean, I feel like if I look at the summary page, yeah, I mean, come on. We're fifth in the country opposing pass yards per game, 17th opposing points. It's our offense, specifically our run game. We're bottom 20 in rush yards. Like, need I say more? We've had a pretty tough strength of schedule, 28th. I think it's going to get harder because USF, I mean, they're not ranked now, which sucks. They just lost to Sam Houston State, who's also 7-1. So Stanford, they're not going to be ranked. Air Force, maybe if they win their next 2, they're ranked. Arizona State should be ranked. I mean, they're going to beat Zona, Cal, and probably San Diego State. Let's look at how close they are. Yeah, I mean, Air Force, yeah, I mean, USF is 28, Arizona State's 27, Air Force is 37. So Air Force, doubt they'll be ranked, but Arizona State legitimately could be. So not that that'll matter in terms of visits, but in terms of strength of schedule and all that. Overall, as a team, I think we're doing pretty good. I don't know if anyone noticed, but don't look now. Patrick has yet to have a single turnover this season. That'll do. He has no interceptions at the moment. Looks like he is going to get sacked more than he did last season, which is not nothing. But I really need him to have some good games here down the stretch because there were a couple, shaky ones there. And yeah, recruiting, I mean, we could be in some deep trouble here. Let's just take a last little look here before I end the stream if there's any guys down here that could be worth a look. Though based on how far they all are in the visits, I doubt it. Get one more scout on this guy. Nah. So yeah, really excited for next episode. Again, with the new work schedule, kind of hard to tell when I'll be able to get a stream in. I was lucky to get one in this evening, but we'll see. When the next episode is. Good news is my Colorado Rockies rebuild probably has 3 episodes left, I would say. So once that series is wrapped, I'll be able to concentrate a lot more on this series. So I thank you all for watching. Pretty good set of games. We're currently ranked 12th in the country, 7-1, undefeated in the Pac-12. But we'll see if we can carry it through into the final 4 games of the season and potentially the playoffs. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.